It was in the fall of '85. I was sitting in a classroom on the University of Mary Hardin Baylor campus, and it was a night class. I'd worked all day. It was the beginning of a new semester for me at a 4-year college, and I still remember distinctly looking around that classroom, and all of the other people in there seemed so well put together. They all looked like they knew what they were doing. They seemed organized and they were chatting with each other. A lot of them knew each other. They seemed so much younger than me, too. I was a few years out of high school. I remember thinking that I don't belong here. I'm a fraud. And the thing is that I knew in my gut it was just a matter of time before everyone there recognized it. And it was such an overwhelming feeling that I literally gathered up my books and my papers and stuff like that, everything that I'd brought to class with me, and I had it stacked on the edge of my desk, ready to walk out. I was ready to leave because of that feeling. I decided to do just one more night. Let me just sit through that class so that I don't have to go through the embarrassment of picking all my stuff up and walking out. And during that class period, nothing went wrong. There wasn't any big, massive thing that happened that ran me off. I decided that I'll just come back and I'll do one more day. That was several nights ago. That was several degrees ago. And that was a career ago. It literally came down to that one night. If I were sitting here now and I had walked out that night, I have no doubt at all that I would have never gone back to school. I think I would have worked hard and done good things, but I always felt like I belonged as an educator. When I got to the classroom, I felt like I belonged. And when I became an administrator, I felt like I belonged. I think I would have missed that by quitting. And now that I'm retired from education, I see the same thing in many of you. And I know that there are some of you that you'll get on Instagram and you look around the classroom and it looks like everybody there knows what they're doing, that they've got their stuff together, that all of their posts are great finds, great sales, stacks of boxes to ship out. And there are some of you looking at that, thinking that you don't belong. And here's the thing about that. I didn't show up to class because I felt like I belonged. I showed up to class until I felt like I belonged. I had a goal to get my Bachelor of Science in elementary education. That seemed like an absolute pipe dream. People like me don't go to school, and they certainly don't graduate. But I went back one more night, a bunch of times. I don't think reselling is any different. Now, you'll see some people that say all you need to do is list one more item. And I'm not sure that's the case, because some of you may feel like you don't belong after a whole day of listing. Your goal might be different. Your goal might be learning that one thing that you didn't know. Like, how can I get better at sourcing this? How are other people getting private picks? How are other people spending so little time shipping when it eats up my whole entire day? Your goal may be different, but the motivation on your end needs to drive you towards something functional. It's one thing to be motivated. I was motivated to have a college degree. I really was. I was motivated. But if I didn't do anything with that, then that is motivation without anywhere to go. And that doesn't make you successful at anything. You need motivation that leads to functionality. You have to do something with that motivation. If you're looking around your classroom and you don't belong, you've got to turn that into something that makes you belong. And I will say this, let me throw this out there. That feeling that you don't belong, there are other people that feel the same way. I guarantee if I backed up and I talked to the other people in that classroom, other people didn't feel like they belonged either. If you're watching this and you don't feel like you belong, so what? You may not belong. All you need to do is to find out what is it that you think you're missing. What is it that will push your business to a better place for you in your life. It may not be listing more. That was never our goal when Melody and I first started treating this like a business. It wasn't to list more. We do not want to work 8 hours a day every day. That isn't our goal. Our goal is to make a really decent income for the amount of time that we spend doing this. When I first retired, I got on Instagram, and I still remember looking around, everybody else is posting all their great finds. The difference is now, I'm confident enough to know now that I don't have to belong. And you don't have to know everything it takes to be wildly successful as a reseller. What you do have to do is be willing to take that motivation that you have to succeed and turn it into function. What do you need to improve at? Is it getting better at sourcing? Then you start focusing on finding that information. Find people that do that really, really well and gravitate to them. Soak up the knowledge that you can and put those things into practice. When motivation becomes function, function can equal success. I truly believe that because I live it. I have fought this my whole life, that when I look around the classroom, all of you guys are ahead of me. All of you. I'm still showing up one more day. I'm still doing this thing to try and create a platform where new resellers can come, or experienced resellers can come, to feel rejuvenated and feel like I got one more day in me. I just want to make sure it's purposeful and that I do something that makes a difference for me in my business. The more that you practice exercising intention, the less the other people in class are even going to matter. It doesn't matter if they all belong. It doesn't matter if they're all comfortable. It matters what I do with the time that I have. It matters to you what you do with this business that you're building. And it won't come from the other people in class. Sure, there will be people that build you up. There will be that one person that tells you, man, you got this. I had those people, and I love those people. Those people absolutely helped me along this journey, and they still do. But there are also people that I swear they can feel that lack of confidence, and they hone in on it, and they'll say just the thing that makes you want to quit. They will focus on that insecurity that maybe you've never even voiced and make you feel like what you're doing isn't of value. And I'm telling you that those people really don't matter. I don't know where that comes from for them to try and stop somebody else from being successful at what they want to be successful with, but just let them have it. I don't mean let them have it. Let them own that feeling. Don't take ownership of that feeling, because it doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit your business. I get it that a lot of these will come across as just motivational fluff. If you don't do anything with motivation, that's exactly what it becomes. It doesn't serve a purpose. I'm telling you to start exercising intentional motivation. If you're motivated, if you want to do this, if you want to be successful, then pick those points that where you want to improve and you know that you can. You just got to do it. You got to show up one more day and you got to put it into practice. And if you do that, then success is waiting for you. If you're watching this and you got your stuff stacked up on the desk and you're ready to walk out because it seems like everybody else around you is further down the road than you are, I'm telling you right now, you're worth staying. Keep working intentionally towards where you want to be. I truly appreciate all the support I've had from all of you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I would love to have you do that. If you find value in the videos that I create, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and leave me a comment. Thanks, everybody. Bye.